Tonight on Primetime Local News, the Lloydminster SPCA is locking people up for their jail and bail fundraiser. Plus, Libby Young Mental Health Services received a grant from City Council. The Lakeland College women's basketball team has parted ways with Chris King. And we take a look into the weekend events with what's happening.
Prime Time Local News, serving the Lakeland and Midwest regions.
Border Paws held their annual jail and bail today, and our Lane Hofford has more on the event and the furry friends attending it.
Border Paws is arresting people from all around Lloydminster as part of their annual jail and bail event. The purpose of the day is for Border Paws to raise money for the animals at the shelter.
Jail and Bail is our biggest annual fundraiser. Basically, you can buy warrants for friends, family, coworkers, your bosses. I'll come down, scoop them up, and they are locked up for however many hours you paid for. They can, of course, pay VIP protection to get themselves out, but who would want to do that and not hang out with puppies and kitties?
Jail and Bail is Border Paws' biggest fundraiser and one of their most important too, as the money raised could save the lives of animals who show up to the shelter in rough conditions.
Animals, they can't advocate for themselves, obviously. They can't speak. But that doesn't negate the fact that they have feelings and they need homes and they need love. And the animals here, unfortunately, some of them do come in unstable conditions and require medical attention. And donations from events like Jail and Bail go into saving their lives.
Throwing a friend or family member in jail is not the only way to help support Border Paws. There is also a silent auction online with all of the money raised going toward helping the animals in the shelter.
We do also have a bunch of items for our silent auction. There's a really lot of fun things there. Different companies have all come together and given us a lot of donations, so there's definitely something for everybody.
Anyone who wants to bid in the silent auction can head to 32auctions.com/BorderPaws2024 or find the link on the Lloydminster and District SPCA Facebook page. Bidding is available until Sunday, December 8th. Lane Hoffert, Primetime Local News.
The Libby Young Center in Lloydminster is a non-profit wellness center operating in Lloydminster since 1983, and they recently received grant money from the city to help their operations. Receiving $32,000, the Libby Young Center wants to use their money towards improving their Mental Health Day program.
It's one of 4 programs we have on site. It is open to the residents here who reside with us here at Libby Young, but it's also open to anyone in the community who might be living with a mental illness. So our day program focuses on recreation, leisure, and education opportunities.
The center wants to remind residents about their services, especially around the holiday season, where some people may not be as happy as others.
We know that self-isolation is such a huge part of mental illness, so it's really important for individuals to kind of break out of their shell, break out of that isolation, come into the community, get to know the resources that are out there, get to learn new things, try new activities, and really bridge their wellness through this program.
If you're interested in what the Libby Young Center has to offer or want to support them yourselves, visit libby.ca. The Coca-Cola Holiday Caravan is in Lloydminster, and Stacey Comer has more on the events people can enjoy this evening.
It's an exciting day here in Lloydminster today. The Coca-Cola Holiday Caravan is arriving, and I'm joined today by Lourdes Logan, who is the General Manager for Northern Alberta with Coca-Cola. Thank you so much for joining me today.
Thank you for having me.
Well, let's talk about this holiday caravan. Just for anybody who hasn't had a chance to experience it, what exactly is it?
It's grounded in a mission to deliver both optimism, ability to share moments of joy in communities from coast to coast. So Coke is launching Canada's Kindest Community. It's a brand new program. It's embedded in our annual holiday caravan. And as part of the holiday caravan, which lights up local communities, embraces acts of kindness through human connection, Canada's Kindest Community demonstrates how acts of kindness are contagious to create deeper, more meaningful impact. So the holiday caravan actually off in Halifax on November 14th, and it promises to deliver a magical experience that celebrate the true season of the season, bringing people together to spread joy in every community it visits. Canada's Kindness Community, it launched on November 13th, which was actually World Kindness Day as well, and will give Canadians a chance to nominate kind acts in their communities. It's a nationwide search in partnership with Community Foundations of Canada to help identify, celebrate, and reward the Canadian community that shares the most acts of kindness. Community Foundations of Canada is going to work in collaboration with their local community foundation to award a donation of $50,000 community. So you can participate in that, and you can visit www.coke.ca holiday.
Well, when this caravan rolls into town and it lights up, they see this truck. Everybody knows that it's there. So once the truck is parked at the co-op here in Lloydminster, what happens then? I understand that there might be an opportunity to see Santa Claus.
Yes, you'll get to see Santa Claus. There'll be some elves there as well, and of course all the Coke employees that bring it to life. The Coke truck will be adorned with twinkling lights. There'll be some music, an opportunity to take your picture with Santa, and just really create some nice moments for your family.
Why does Coca-Cola do this? Because, it is a big undertaking for the company, and it just, really makes people happy when they see it. So is that one of the reasons, just the connection and making memories?
Yeah, so Coke's always had a great connection to Christmas with Santa. And when people see the iconic red truck all adorned with those twinkly lights driving into community, it really does provide a great opportunity for joy, optimism, and to really celebrate the season.
So the truck arrives about 4:30 and everything gets underway about 5 o'clock today. And so when people come to see the truck, is there going to be employees from Coca-Cola that will, and the co-op as well, that just kind of show them around? And can they just start snapping pictures as soon as they want? Is it basically an informal event?
Yeah, it's open to the public. It is informal, but there will be Coke employees in conjunction with co-op employees, of course, that will be directing everyone that comes as to where they can go get their pictures. There usually is a lineup to take a picture with Santa and the truck, so our folks will be there to help support that. And then, they can snap their pictures. There'll also be a QR code that they can enter reasons why Lloydminster should win the Canada's Kindest Community and be awarded a $50,000. So a really important opportunity to do that as well.
Well, Lourdes, this is just a great event, and we look forward to seeing the truck tonight at the Lloydminster Co-op. Thank you so much for joining me. If people are looking for more information, where can they find that?
They can go on www.coke.com/holiday, and all the events will be there. The truck will also be heading up to Cold Lake as it makes its round before it heads back to Edmonton.
All right, perfect. So a couple of opportunities in this area to see at Lloydminster and Cold Lake as well. So thank you again for joining me, and I wish you the best for the holiday season.
Thank you. Merry Christmas to you as well.
The annual Here Comes Santa Claus Day is planned for Saturday, and the Hockey Fights Cancer game is also taking place this weekend. Heather Klagas has more in this week's edition of What's Happening.
Coming up tomorrow, it is the annual Here Comes Santa Claus Day right here in downtown Lloydminster. Free fun activities for your whole family. You can start your day with a free pancake breakfast. That's going to be over at the Legion in Lloydminster. They'll start serving up at 8 o'clock. You're going to find the Lloydminster Kinsmen there making you a delicious free pancake breakfast. Then at 10 a.m., head over to the Anglican Church. There's going to be bouncy castles and more thanks to Kel 5 Enterprises. Also starting at 10 a.m., you and your family can take a horse-drawn carriage ride. Those get underway at 10 a.m. from right here in downtown Lloydminster, and you're going to want to stay in this area because at 11 a.m. that's when Santa Claus is going to make his arrival at the Atrium Center. And the first 300 kids that visit with Santa, they're going to get a treat bag thanks to J-Guard Contracting. And you know who else is coming to Here Comes Santa Claus Day? The Grinch. The Grinch is also going to make his arrival at the Atrium Center at 11 a.m. And the first 300 kids that are brave enough to visit with the Grinch, they're going to get a DQ Kids meal. That's thanks to DQ and Fountain Tire. And then throughout the day, there's so many other great activities like gingerbread house making. You and your family can make a gingerbread house over at the Olive Tree. Also, you can head to Grace United Church. That's where you can decorate a Christmas cookie. Center Stage Studios, some of their students are going to be there singing fantastic Christmas carols. The Lloydminster Fire Department, they're having a free wiener roast. If you head over to Walking on Water Toys, you can visit with Rudolph, and the Bumble is going to be there as well. Head to May Cinema 6 in the morning. There's going to be some free matinees, and there's so much more going on as part of the annual Here Comes Santa Claus Day. You will find the full schedule on our website, newcountrylloydminster.ca. A great Christmas show is taking to the stage tomorrow night at the Vic Juba Community Theatre. It's the Great Canadian Road Trip Christmas Special, and this features Michelle Wright, Doc Walker, and Jason McCoy. And Michelle Wright, she does fantastic renditions of so many great Christmas songs. You're going to hear great Christmas music at this show, plus some of their biggest hits as well. A great way to get into the Christmas spirit by seeing some incredible Canadian country music talent. Michelle Wright, Doc Walker, and Jason McCoy tomorrow night at the Vic Juba Community Theatre. There are still tickets available. Head online right now, vicjubatheatre.ca. And coming up tomorrow night, it's the 4th annual Rustlers Hockey Fights Cancer event. The Lakeland College Rustlers women's hockey team is hosting this charity hockey game at the Russ Robertson Arena. Puck drop is 6 o'clock, and proceeds are going to go to the Lloydminster Region Health Foundation and the Cancer Ward at the Lloydminster Hospital. Admission to the game, it will be by donation, and there's other ways you can support this great cause. You can head online, lrhf.ca, and show your support that way by making a donation. Another way you can show your support is by placing a bid in the online auction, 32auctions.com. Check out all the items, place your bid on Wanda's homemade buns or some Oilers tickets and more. But that hockey game is coming up tomorrow night at the Russ Robertson Arena. Well, whatever you choose to do this weekend, we hope you stay safe and stay healthy.
What's Happening is brought to you by Northern Factory Workwear, Circle Drive East, Saskatoon, and Highway 17 South, Lloydminster.
So our Lane Hoffer joins us now to give us a look at the weather forecast. And Lane, as we saw there with Heather, lots of fun and exciting events happening this weekend. Lots of Christmas-themed events as well. Is it going to look a little bit like Christmas, or is it going to be a little bit warmer for our first month, our week here in December?
Well, it's certainly going to be, it won't feel quite like Christmas, but it will be a beautiful day outside, especially all of the exciting events that are planned for Saturday with Here Comes Santa Claus. It'll be a great day to spend outside and be around the city and exploring all of the exciting things there is to do. Definitely, not your typical December weekend. +3 right now in Lloydminster right now. That wind only making it feel like a -2. So still very nice, even though we have 20-kilometer-an-hour winds right now in the border city. We got a few clouds, but nothing too crazy. Now looking around, everywhere else is kind of experiencing sort of a warm little surge these past few days, and it will continue into next week. Cold Lake, not very cold, only 5 degrees, as well as St. Paul and Marwayne. Lac La Biche, Bonnyville, and Edmonton all +6. Vegreville +4. Vermilion +3. Wainwright +2. Provost +1. And over in Saskatchewan, Isle La Crosse is +2. Pierceland and Green Lake, as well as Meadow Lake, are +4. St. Walburg and Maidstone +3. Macklin 0. And North Battleford +2. Tonight in North Battleford, it is going to get down to only -3 overcast, but still a nicer night compared to some that we've had previously in North Battleford. And tomorrow, North Battleford, it's going to get up to 0, periods of snow, sleet, and freezing rain. So that is the one part about having these nice temperatures in December, is that, when it does get cold again, all that freezing rain and stuff, it will, of course, turn into ice. You got to be a little more careful on the roads. Tonight in Cold Lake, it's going to get down to -3 and overcast as well. Very similar to tonight in North Battleford. And tomorrow in Cold Lake, it will get up to 0, but it is a slightly different story, as it will be a sunny day with a few high clouds and 9-kilometer-an-hour winds. Now tonight in Lloydminster, it's going to get down to -1, overcast, so everywhere is the sky is going to look pretty much the same. A little bit windier in Lloyd. It's going to be 17 kilometers an hour blowing westward. And tomorrow's forecast, you can see it's a great day tomorrow for Here Comes Santa Claus. 6 a.m. it will be cloudy and 0, and that is going to remain through until noon. It's only going to drop 1 degree at 6 p.m. It's going to get down to -1. And then at midnight, that -1 is going to stay, but we will be getting a little bit of snow. But by then, I'm sure most people will not be out and about. Now taking a look at your 3-day forecast. Tomorrow, breezy in the morning and cloudy with a high of +1 and a low of -4. Going to be a little bit cooler on Sunday with a 63% chance of a little morning snow, but still not overly cold. -2 is the high with -10 being the low. And then Monday, just a little bit cooler with some low clouds. -6 is the high, -15 is the low. So we do have a nice weekend ahead for us, plus a decent Monday with some nice weather for December. That is your first look at weather. We will have more news after the break.
Lakeland College has decided to part ways with Chris King, head coach of the Lakeland Rustlers women's basketball team. In a statement provided to PTLN, Lakeland College has chosen to make a change in head coach for the Rustlers women's basketball team. Chris King is no longer the head coach, and work is underway to hire an interim head coach for the team. They concluded the statement by saying there will be no further comment on the matter. King had spent 17 years as the head coach of the program, including coaching last year's national championship winning team and receiving numerous awards, including a Coaching Excellence Award from the CCAA. It was a Lakeland rivalry in the Civic Center last night as Lloydminster Bandits took on the Vermilion Tigers. The Lloydminster Classic Oilfield Bandits hosted the Vermilion Tigers for their first game of their food drive for the Salvation Army.
Janelle Nelson, who is the brains and everything behind this for us, always sets it up, and it's great to see people coming to bring some food for the food banks and everything like that, because sometimes there's some tougher times out there, so it's nice to see a community rally together and help.
The Bandits started off strong with a goal from Adrian Bugera, and the Tigers answered back with a goal from Cash Kapjak. Tie game 1-1 after the first. In the second, Ben Rollick scores to give the Bandits the lead, and then Jackson Toutant ties it up for the Tigers. The score was tied once again at 2 heading into the third. Jaden Plamondon would score to give the Bandits the lead again, and then Wyatt Dick would tie it up once again for the Tigers, with Jackson Toutant scoring late to give the Tigers the lead. But then Jaden Plamondon ties it up again, and this game would need overtime. Back and forth action in the extra frame, but finally Ryan Nelson would score to give the Tigers the sudden death victory.
There's a lot of good things about tonight. The hardest part was there's a couple breakdowns that ended up on their stick, and they're a really good hockey club out there, so they scored on their chances, but there was no quit from us. There was some good pushback. We tied her up going into late their third, and then going into overtime. Anyone can win, so they scored on their chance, and we'll be ready for them next Wednesday.
The Bandits will regroup and be ready for the next food drive game against the St. Paul Canadiens. Thomas Wildman, Primetime, Local News. Pets Purpose Animal Shelter Society is hosting a boot camp and puppies event next week, as well as a donation drive. Abby St. John has more.
Pets Purpose Animal Shelter Society is holding an event perfect for gym lovers, and today I'm happy to be talking to Nicole Theriault to get more details. Thank you so much for joining me today.
Thank you.
Now, this is a boot camp and puppies event at Grit Athletic Performance Gym. What can attendees expect from this event? Like I said, this is a perfect event for gym lovers.
Yeah, so it's going to be next Thursday, the 12th. And so you've kind of heard of kitten yoga and puppy yoga. I know those have been done a lot, but yeah, this is a boot camp workout class. And we're going to have two adoptable puppies there that are just going to be running around and loving up on you while you're working out. So I know she has like kind of a set course that she goes by. And yeah, we just figure what's more fun than working out when you can take a little break and kiss some cute puppies.
Yes, definitely. And I like the comparison to the kitten yoga or even goat yoga like that. But this is just a different spin on that kind of concept, which is exciting. And of course, like you said, who wouldn't want to work out with some puppies? Even if you work out kind of begrudgingly like I do, I would still, if there were puppies, I would be, I would heavily consider signing up for sure. Now, this is a fundraiser. This is an event. So what are you expecting from those who attend? Do they buy tickets? How is it a donation event?
Yeah, so you'll come down to the gym. I'm not 100% sure if it's a set price or a donation. I believe it's not too much anyways, but yeah, you'll just pay it and the 100 for the class, and then 100% of the proceeds go towards Pets Purpose. So I hopefully will have a little more detail on the price that I can add on our Facebook page within the next day or two, just to kind of give people a heads up so they know what to expect. But yeah, you would just kind of pay for the class and then you get to work out with some animals. And it's a great class too. Plus, it's also kind of cool if you're looking to start going to the gym. It's a good way to do a trial, right? You know, you don't really want to buy a membership and then the gym doesn't really work out for you. So it's a great way to see if Grit Athletic Performance is the gym for you as well, right? I know they
Yes.
do a lot of different classes too. I know they do some mommy and me classes that I think I'm going to be checking out.
Yes, this is definitely a great, like you said, a great way if you're thinking about it, but you don't really know what fits your best for working out or even a gym that fits best. So it's a great introduction into
Absolutely.
getting into workouts. I know 2020, the new year is always a hotbed for those New Year's resolutions. So this is a great introduction into that. Now, on top of the boot camp, they're also holding, the gym is also holding a donation drive that's going until December 20th. So tell me what this donation drive is and how people can take part.
Yeah, so we've got our wish list up on our Facebook page. I mean, any donation is going to work anyways, whether you want to do monetary or if you want to, pick up some food. We do have a preference in what we do, and that's on our wish list. But again, I know Pets Purpose is really good about feeding a lot of the reservation dogs. And I mean, those dogs are not picky about what they eat, right? So yeah, basically you can show up to the gym anytime during opening hours and drop off a donation. And then on the 20th, they're going to have it all together and bring it on down to the shelter. Well, to probably Pam, our president. And then that way, yeah, it's just kind of a good way to give back at Christmas if you're not really sure what to do. And I mean, it doesn't need to be a lot if you can only, go get a can of wet food. Every little bit helps, right? Because I mean, they help also feed a lot of just the stray animals that they can't take in. So any kind of food would help. But yeah, if you can get something off our wish list, even better. But I mean, we're not picky. We'll take whatever.
That's awesome. And again, Pets Purpose is 100% reliant on donations. So again, like you said, any little bit helps and goes a long way. Now, finally, this is something that we've talked about before. The Christmas raffle for the beautiful quilt and some other basket goodies is still going on. And there's a few locations and dates to buy raffle tickets. So maybe just for a reminder of those, what are the locations and the dates?
Yeah, so I believe the draw is going to be done on December 23rd. And I know sometimes it's hard to buy tickets online. Not everybody likes buying tickets online. So that's why they're trying to sell tickets at different locations for those people that, don't really feel comfortable doing it online. On December 6th, they're going to be at Superstore. And then December 12th, they're going to be at Co-op Grocery Store. And then Friday, December 13th, they're going to be at Sheepskin Loft. And then Saturday, December 21st, they'll be at Canadian Tire. And then, yeah, the draw will be on the 23rd. And yeah, the quilt is beautiful. And then I know Sheepskin Loft also put in some pretty good goodies there. Everything in that store is amazing. So,
Yes, for sure. And I've seen the quilt in person and the detail that went into just even the stitching. It's absolutely gorgeous and definitely a great early Christmas gift or just a fun little Christmas blanket to have throughout the holidays. It is absolutely beautiful. For all of these events, the boot camp, the donation drive, and this Christmas raffle, if anybody wants to find more information for all those events, where can they go?
So yeah, you can visit us, our Facebook page. We have all of that on there, all the details. I know I will mention too, because I didn't mention it before, the boot camp, the actual working out class is from 5 to 6. But even if you don't want to come work out and you just want to come meet these two beautiful puppies, we'll still be there from 6 to 7 for anybody to just pop in and say hi. But yeah, all the details will be on our Facebook page. So just kind of keep an eye out on there.
Wonderful. Well, thank you so much for joining me. This event sounds like it's going to be fantastic. And again, who wouldn't want to hang out with some cute little animals for even just an hour? And of course, the donations are going to go a long way for you guys. So thanks again, and I wish you the best of luck.
Thank you.
And now we will take a look at your cute pets with our pet picks of the day.
We want to see your pets. Send photos of your pet and their name to have them featured on Pet of the Day.
United Way, Lloydminster and District held their first ever November fundraiser last month, and the results have officially come in. Our Jackson Fontaine has more on how this year's campaign ended out.
I'm here at the United Way, Lloydminster and District, once again joined alongside Tammy Klotz, who is the administrator here at United Way. How are you doing today?
Great, thank you.
Awesome. So you guys just had your November fundraiser that just ended, where you teamed up with 8 different restaurants, and every time a burger was sold, you guys got a certain amount of money. So explain to me how that fundraiser went.
Yeah, so this year was our first annual Novemburger, and we had it for a week. And we had, like you mentioned, 8 restaurants that were fabulously involved. And from every burger they sold, they donated $3.
Okay. So what did you like about this fundraiser since it was your guys' first year doing it?
Yeah, what I really enjoyed was the excitement that the restaurants that were joining us were so excited about being part of our campaign.
So you mentioned 8 different restaurants that took place in this. What were the top 3, would you say, that raised kind of the most money?
Yeah, so our number 1 winner, first place, was Yomi's Lloydminster. They sold 125 burgers.
Wow.
The second place was The Proper, and they sold 113 burgers. And our third place was Cheers, and they sold 42 burgers.
Wow.
Yeah, so overall, we sold, the 8 restaurants sold 348 burgers in 1 week.
That's a lot of burgers, and that's definitely a lot of money. Thinking like 1 week, that's got to be, I don't even know, 100 people, maybe probably more. That's quite a bit. So it was your guys' first year doing this. Would you say you really enjoyed doing it, and were you planning on doing it again next year?
Yes, we definitely want to do it next year. We're hoping that we can involve more restaurants, and we're really excited for the current people that are joining us, and they're willing to participate next year as well.
And I did want to ask, I know it was your guys' first, I keep mentioning that, but did you guys have a goal in mind that you wanted to set?
No, not really. Like I said, this was our first campaign, and so we wanted just to do our very best, and the restaurants did that for us.
And how much money did you guys make, roughly? Yeah, I know you probably don't know the exact amount because it just ended, but roughly how much?
Yeah, we raised over $1,000 this year.
Wow, that is quite a bit of money. And how long did this go for?
It went for 1 week, from the November 15th to the 22nd.
So $1,000 in 1 week. So we pretty much covered the fundraiser now. And with the United Way, what other events or maybe more fundraisers do you guys have coming up in 2025 and the near future?
Yeah, so the one that we have on our radar right now is our Treasure Chest Challenge that we're looking at implementing in March. So that'll be probably the next big adventure that United Way wants to take on.
And can you explain to me a little bit what that fundraiser is?
Yeah, so what we do is we partner with different financial institutions, and they can do different events for that week, and any of the fundraising that they get from their clients would be donated back to us.
Awesome. Well, I look forward to hearing more about those events in 2025 in the near future here in United Way. Thanks for taking the time to do this today.
Thank you.
Coming up after the break, Arlene Hoffert will have an extended look at the weather.
Welcome back. Let's take one last look at your evening weather. Right now in North Battleford, that's should be Lloydminster, but right now in North Battleford, it is -3 and overcast with 11-kilometer-an-hour winds. Now, the current temperatures in the region here, you can see everywhere is about the same. Athabasca 7, as well as Jasper, Edson 8 degrees, Whitecourt 4, Edmonton 6, Rocky Mountain House 1, and Red Deer -2, and Lloydminster there at 3 degrees. Meadow Lake, it's +4. Prince Albert, a little bit cooler, -5. North Battleford and Melfort, both 2 degrees, and Saskatoon at 0. Up in Uranium City, it is -8. Stony Rapids, -12. Wollaston Lake, -8. South End Reindeer and Flin Flon, both -13. And La Loche and Buffalo Narrows, both +3. High Level is -5. Fort Chipewyan, -2. Peace River, 5. Fort McMurray, 4. Grand Prairie 6 and Slave Lake 8. Banff and Coronation are both at 0. Calgary at 10. Lethbridge 9. Medicine Hat 4. Kindersley and Yorkton at -1. Regina -2. Moose Jaw 3. Swift Current 2 and Estevan 0. Tonight in Lloydminster, it's going to get down to -1 and it will be overcast with 17-kilometer-an-hour winds. Now looking throughout the region, in Provost and Isle La Crosse 0, Meadow Lake 1, Bonnyville 2, and Paradise Hill 3. Myrnam will be -2, Pierceland, Unity, and Wainwright all -1, and Calgary will be +1. Now taking a look at your 7-day forecast, we got a relatively warm week ahead, except for maybe next Tuesday. It will be -13, but otherwise it's going to stay warmer than -10. Saturday +1, and then we will be heading into the negatives for Sunday, -2, and then Monday -6. But after next Tuesday, more warm weather.
Yeah, definitely looking forward to that, and this weekend having some good weather, but unfortunately that snow is definitely not preferable.
No,
not at all. Thank you all so much for joining us here. For Lane Hoffert and the rest of us here at Primetime Local News, I'm Thomas Wildman. You have a great rest of your evening.